Happy Thursday after all. I had an early day at the BTH. Only 3 doctor runs, and all 3 were at Hawthorne Medical Center over in North Dartmouth, like 15 minutes away. And I was already getting them there by 9 a.m. So it was like really nice, you know. They all got to see their doctors. And I only had to make one trip up there for 3 people, so I had to wait a little in between. So it was all done by 1. And I said, well, nothing really much to do this afternoon. So stopped at Burger King, grabbed a bite, and came home. And now I got a little time to get into something. This morning I didn't. That's why, Rich, something you need to know about me. 1, I really don't like to type. So trying to draw me into an all-day long comment thread argument that you wanted to start was not going to happen. I replied to a couple little things and I said, hey, I got to get to the BTH. Have a nice day. And I left it at that. You know? You know, some people hear and some people listen. Obviously, you don't listen. Otherwise, you wouldn't have said the things you said this morning, being a fucking dickhead. See, yesterday, you got the nice Uncle Brian that was diplomatic and respectful, but simply stated the obvious and offering constructive criticism, which you obviously now approve, and you have no fucking clue to what that is, if you would have listened. You only heard. You didn't hear what you wanted to hear, so you blocked it out. You know, people can talk to you, and you're hearing a voice, you're hearing sound, but unless you're listening to what they're saying, you have no fucking clue really to what they said. Because your mind's being distracted off in a place where while they're talking, all you're doing is thinking about what you want to say back to them. So you're not listening to a fucking thing they said, and you proved it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have did what you did this morning. You know. Another thing you need to realize, I'm somebody you really don't want to fuck with as far as you want to get into a pissing contest. Tell you what, next time you go, see, today you're getting the not so nice, not so diplomatic Uncle Brian. And like I say, you bring everything upon yourself. You cause your own problems. You did it yourself. You know? Want to get cocky? Wow. I know how to do that too. I'm told I'm pretty good at it, along with sarcasm. I've said, you know, you're a lot like Sanford in a lot of ways, just a little different motivation. He craves attention on here, begs for attention. For his channel, to get views, to make money. And sell hats, t-shirts, and stickers. And he needs to feel that loyalty from his pickle sniffers. You, on the other hand, is just pure desperation for attention. You know, pure desperation for attention. And you look like a fool in the process. You know. You dragged all kinds of things into your bullshit this morning that I never even mentioned. Had no intention of mentioning it, but you needed to bring it in to the mix. I wonder why. You know. You're all, I came in making excuses. Well, I can't get things done because, you know, I had a heart attack 2 years ago. Okay. That was 2 years ago. You can't figure out a simple fucking vacuum leak? Another excuse? Well, it won't run because I got a vacuum leak. To fix it. It was a heart attack 2 years ago. I have anything to do with this? Tell me. You ever know how to track down a vacuum leak? And believe me, that's an old 283. You open the hood, you're looking at an engine, carburetor, distributor, and 1, maybe 2, depending on what you got on there for any accessories. I don't think you do. You know, from either a port on the intake or a port in the carburetor to the vacuum advance on the distributor. It's real simple shit. You don't have a rat's nest of wires and hoses and relays and vacuums and sensors. And 1 vacuum tee splitting off into 5 others going to all different fucking directions. It's real fucking simple shit. You even know how to find a vacuum leak? Whether it's a hose, a gasket. See, I learned this a long time ago. When I was a kid. From the time I was 7 years old, hanging around the Tasker race shop with my uncle. He used to take me there. Bobby's old man was his best friend. I remember Bobby when he was born. We're still friends to this day. And I learned a lot of things at a young age. I'll help you out. Can't find your vacuum leak, and I've done this at times in my life on my cars and some of my friends' cars. Got a vacuum leak, got to stumble, I want idle, right? Got a vacuum leak. Where is it? What am I going to do? I know some people, they used to spray bottle with soapy water and spray it and watch if it would bubble. But a vacuum, it's sucking into the engine. It's not blowing out, so you won't even really find a leak that way. You could pot luck, shit luck, finding it by accident maybe. You know, you got to start replacing every hole. All it takes is a little pinhole, a little split. You know, it's not fitting right on the fucking T. You know, on the port that it's connected to. They get dried out on the ends. They split. Well, it looks like it's on there, but it's, you know. I learned at a very young age. Carb cleaner, brake cleaner. They're flammable. They're combustible. Get a can of that shit. With your vacuum hoses from the carburetor leading to, spray it. Shh. If there's any leak in there whatsoever, it gets sucked right in. And your engine will react as if you just gave it a little bit of gas, because it's combustible. It ignites as if you're entering more fuel in that engine. There's your leak. I had a friend with his car one time last batch, you know. To me, you know, check your intake gaskets. I got some fucking carb cleaner, sprayed it, started up. You have a hard time. You can't keep it running for 10 seconds, so you might have difficulty even doing this, you know. Sprayed it down the side of the intake on the driver's side, everything's fine. Go over to the passenger side, I got halfway down, engine revved right up. Yeah, your gasket's leaking right there. We pulled it, prepped both surfaces, put new gaskets in, it was fine. Sprayed around the base of your carburetor where it's mounted to your intake with a gasket. That gasket could be leaking. Real easy to find. Instead of buying fucking Hot Wheels cars for 99 cents, go buy a fucking... First find where the fucking leak is. The repair costs will be cheap. And if it is your vacuum line, get a rubber vacuum line. Don't use a toilet water line. You got to adapt the engine shit. No, you don't want to do that. Get a rubber. You know, if it's that gasket, put a fucking gasket in there. What's the fucking problem? It's simple shit. It's simple shit. It's like old school basketball mixed in with new school. They get any situational. You know, many people I've had tell me, you know, a lot of people have been laughing at you for a long time. You notice I haven't laughed and I still won't laugh. What I see is different than what they see. They just mock and ridicule you because of the dumbass shit you do. Wrapping yourself in a fucking blanket. And... Okay, I'm live. Rich 220 here. What's that supposed to mean anyway? Rich 220 Automotive LLC. What's that supposed to mean? You a fucking big name corporation? Big automotive repair shop manufacturer? What does that mean? I'm gonna put a link up. Anyone wants to come hang out with me? You fucking beg for attention. How many videos? I hear you, what, 3-4 videos a day? You gotta, every hour or so. I gotta go out and look at the Chevy and you walk around it. Instead of walking around and fix that fucking vacuum leak. I hear now you got a fucking gas leak and you're smearing Permatec RTV sealing all around. That's not a smart thing to do. You know, you got a gas leak on a fucking engine. You know, and you're just gonna, why don't you fix it? All you did was offer up excuses. Accuse me of saying you're uneducated, which I didn't. You brought that into the mix, and I have to wonder why. Could it be a guilty conscience? Were you afraid I was going to say it? Maybe I had a good reason to say it, so you wanted to head me off the pass and get ahead of the game and get ahead of the story, as they say, so it wouldn't sound so bad. You know? You really don't know much. Another reason why people ridicule you, I won't say who they are, you guys know who you are. Brian Mann. A lot of people got fed up with you. You ask for advice but don't want to fucking take it. You ask for advice but then don't want to take it. See, Brian, he's called me, asked me, I tell him, I know from experience, I know exactly what to do, I tell him. Then he goes to another guy, asks him the same thing. Then he goes to another guy, and another guy, and another guy. And you're like, wait a minute, you're coming to me, ask me for advice, and then you ignore my advice, and you go and ask somebody else. Next time, go fucking ask them. Don't fucking bother me. Don't call me and ask me for shit. Charging station, little extra heat in the cabin, best Simple little things. I need help, I need help, I need help, I need help, I need help. You're not a mechanic. Part of a job as a mechanic isn't just knowing how to replace a part. It's being able to look at it. That's why, my background is in engineering. I got my mechanical engineering degree from San Diego State during my time in the Corps. I worked in engineering when I left the Marine Corps, when I retired, when my career was done. They're machine technicians. They didn't know what I know. Piece of equipment would break down. They'd go over and look at it. I'd go over and look at it. This part's broken. Do we have a spare, Brian? Yeah. If not, I'm going to call Brad. We're in hell. They may have to come and make one. Sometimes we'd have a part go down, man. Machine was down for 3 weeks until they had to manufacture one in a machine shop. These aren't over-the-counter shit you can just readily get. Especially in heavy industrial, hot and cold rolling, strand annealing furnaces, tension leveling, sorting. They're not readily available. Some little minor things, you could do. I look at it, I'd look beyond the part, try to find out why it broke, diagnose it. Something I failed to do on my own fucking broken water line downstairs, okay? I failed to do that myself. I was more concerned with fixing it due to the urgency of the situation, needing fucking water and to stop a water leak. Then it'll be okay. So while the part's being done, now I'm looking at other things. Something had to happen. Every action is a reaction. Something else had to happen that caused this part to fail. Did it just wear out and it happens? Okay. Something happened over here. At one time, I modified a couple pieces of equipment. I got away from gear drives to pneumatic drives. Gear drives, there was wear on them. Parts wore out faster. Pneumatic didn't require as many parts. A lot of people think engineering is going to make things as complicated as possible. Very often it's simplify things. The fewer moving parts you have, the less chance you have of a mechanical failure somewhere along the line in the process of that machine, what it's doing. So I tend to look at things a little bit differently. Even though I didn't do it with my fucking water pipe downstairs. I'm guilty. Sue me, okay? So there's a difference between engineers and mechanics. But in mechanics, if you're a good mechanic, you do have some basic know-how in being able to recognize something that caused a problem and be able to take it a step further than just fixing the damaged part, getting into what caused it to get damaged in the first place, and if a modification needs to be made in that area, you do it right then and there. I think those of you that work on cars, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You, Rich, apparently you don't. You got to go around begging people, I can't get it to start, I can't get it to start, I can't get it. This is what people have told me. Is everyone lying? Damn it, going on, I can't get it to start. I think I got spark. There's only 3 basic things for an engine to run. Air, fuel, and spark. That's all you need. I think the timings, I can't time it. I don't know how do you do that? You get the number 1 piston all the way up top dead center on the compression stroke, not the exhaust stroke, and then you look at your timing mark, see if it says 0. And then you get your distributor in, you hope to get your rotor pointing at where number 1 would be with the wire, It's in the vicinity, it's not always dead nuts right on, it might be off a little here or there, but you're in that ballpark and now you can adjust your timing and it's fine. You didn't know that. You didn't even know how to get it up on the fucking compression stroke. You struggle with that for how fucking long? Well, I think I was on the exhaust stroke. And you bug people, and they kept telling you over and over and over again how to feel to make sure you know it's on the compression coming up. If you had listened, you would have been able to fucking do it, but obviously you don't. And then you kept bugging people, and a lot of people got fed up with you. They just got plain fed up with you, and then seeing your bullshit on here. And here you got your flea markets on there trying to sell fucking shit too. Hot Wheels, I got a radio, who wants to buy this radio? You beg for subs too, I hear? If you had listened to me, you would have realized that I was being very diplomatic. I was being respectful. But I was pointing out the obvious, hoping that maybe you'd listen And you'd have fewer problems you have with people on here. You got a lot of problems with people on here. You know? All because of you. You got a problem with me now? Even that's because of you. You know? You want to get nasty with me? Guess what? You don't get nice Uncle Brian. You get not so nice Uncle Brian.
And show how much space you have in your kitchen.
Hey, how was your day today?
Selling your home to open
How was your
doors
day?
is so easy. You can do it during halftime. Keep an eye on this one.
I had an early day at the VTH.
Sign up for
Getting 3 fellow veterans to their doctor appointments and 1 to a physical therapy appointment. Brave men. Brave men. They don't piss and whine and complain and moan like you. You have missing arms and legs. Some are paralyzed. Some have more than just physical disabilities. They have a few emotional issues called PTSD. You know. So don't expect me to feel sorry for you because you had a heart attack 2 years ago. Okay? That ain't gonna happen. These men are fucking crybabies like you. They don't go around spilling out. And we were sitting in the fucking... 2 of them are wheelchair bound. I had to get them out of the fucking facility van, get them in the wheelchair, get them up there in the waiting area there. They weren't spilling their guts to all the fucking public there about all their fucking personal problems. You do it here on fucking YouTube. Yeah, we're more fucking class than you. We're more self-respect than you.
According to Woj 6 minutes ago, the Sixers are trading Patrick Beverley to the Bucks. So they're 5 starting.
Unfucking believable. Anyway, I thought about doing this for my happy Friday video tomorrow morning. But I said, maybe I'll save that for Sanford. I heard a few things about Sanford this week. Maybe I'll save that for Sanford. Okay. See, as far as I'm concerned, I've said all I have to say. You know what I mean? That's it. You want to leave 50 more fucking comments on here? I'm not going to respond to a single one. I'm not going to waste my fucking time. You keep doing what you're doing. Did you walk around your car a few times today? Every hour and a half, got to go out there and do it. I'm going to go check the Chevy. Going to go check the Chevy. Have you done a couple more lives today? Sitting there wrapped in a fucking blanket? Your face up against the screen? Begging people to come fucking talk to you? I had a pretty good day. How was yours? Huh? Just giving you a little heads up, man. You know, even like with me, and the crew especially, and many other crews around the country, regardless of their affiliations. We have to be careful in things. You know? Improvise, adapt, overcome. That goes beyond my Marine Corps training. That goes right into society. We have to improvise, adapt, and overcome things that we know the challenges we're going to face. Bikers get a lot of attention, unwanted attention, especially by law enforcement. Therefore, we never go out of our way to start a fight. If it comes our way, we'll fucking end it. We're always nice until it's time to not be nice. When that side of us comes out that's not so nice, people don't seem to like it very much. But they provoke it. They bring that out in us. Well, you brought this out in me. Proud of yourself? You happy? Now, see, in those cases, it's different. There's an anger that comes along with it. And then they get a physical response from us. All you're getting is me telling you what I think about you. I don't think very much of you. You don't know shit about cars. You're attention-starved. You beg and plead for attention. And you've been a nuisance and a pain in the ass to a lot of fucking people that, you know, you go to for help. They offer advice, they help you, and then you fucking ignore them, and you go on to the next guy, and the next guy. What, they're not telling you what you want to hear? I know somebody comes to me and asks me for advice on something, I tell them, and I know it's right because I have personal hands-on experience for many years doing it. And I found out, hey, he's coming to me asking me the same thing. What's the matter? You didn't trust what you told him. I said, well, if you didn't trust what I told him and I got personal experience to back it up, the next time a guy like you comes to me asking me for advice, I'm going to say, fuck you. Go talk to him, and her. All the people you went to after me. Even all these people, you didn't want to fucking listen to them either.
Boston and Milwaukee, there is real pressure. Miami doesn't have the team nor the pressure they just got there. Knicks are pressure.
Go fix that vacuum leak. The money you're going to spend buying Hot Wheels cars, you can easily buy a new vacuum line. and buy a can of fucking spray. I think they're like $3-4. Carb cleaner, brake pad cleaner. You know, we used to be able to find where the fucking leak is, whether it's the carb itself, whether it's your intake, whether it's your vacuum line. First, you need to identify the problem before you can even attempt to fix it. You don't even know how to identify the fucking problem. So therefore, you're not going to fix it. That thing will stay there with your vacuum leak. And a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, I'll be, oh, I'm going to go start the Chevy. So chug, 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 boom, dies. Somebody pulls you, oh, I got a vacuum leak. Why do you still have a vacuum leak? And I would highly advise, you know, get that Permatex shit off your fucking gas leak. You know, cars catch on fire from that shit. But I mean, you won't be able to blame it on the fucking EV that was parked next to your Chevy. Have a great night.